What's up, everyone? Big Black Love here. Well, here we are back down at my parents', and it is a crappy day. I think it was supposed to rain, but at least we're mostly working indoors. I can throw a tarp over my door and keep my leg dry. Anyways, so I pretty much got all my harness here pulled completely down out of the dash. What fun. I cut my dash here. That's got it sprung out a little bit on me. Of course, this up isn't perfectly in here. Same thing over here. I chose these spots because I'm hoping to actually drill some holes and bolts so I can take this piece back out. But if I have to do some measuring still to make sure that all my plastic stuff is still going to fit over here if I bolt stuff in here, and same thing on this side. So I'm probably just going to go buy some welding paper to wrap up everything so I can weld in here safely, because I don't want to completely strip my windshield and every piece of plastic and everything. I don't want my car catching on fire. And you know, one guy said, because I cut these by hand, how come I didn't use the Dremel? Well, the Dremel probably wouldn't have thrown that big of sparks, but I have learned in the past from a huge dumbass mistake, so learn from me, because it was costly. In the Caprice, I was grinding and welding, and I had my cardboard set up, but I didn't think about the windshield. And of course, I don't really have an example, but basically I had peckers of slag melted into my windshield and bits of metal from the grinder, from the angle grinder, from grinding all the welds off, and all sorts of stuff stuck in the windshield. The windshield's like a polymer weird material. So so I was worried about that, and I did not want to get any slag or any melting from heat sparks anywhere near any of my stock wiring, because that could turn into a nightmare later. I mean, I'm already got a little bit, but basically I need to take this duct out the way and make it easier to put these bolts back in when it's time. But I'm basically going to take a piece of angle iron, and you can see that X. I'm going to trim this down. I basically have tons of angle iron, and I don't want to spend a bunch of money. I'm going to cut the back off so it's shorter, so it's still got just a little tiny bit. You see that line I scratched on there. And then I'm going to cut it down, and I'm going to use this for the starting. I'm hoping I can build something to go behind this piece of angle iron, or put this on here, then something else. But I'm going to weld my bracket onto here. And you see I got everything cut out, so I'm nice and close in here. And I got where I'm going to mount it a little bit back. And you see it's going to be just a little bit, I can't hold it perfect. That way I can tilt it a little bit, because I'm going to try to tilt it, mount it at the bottom just a touch higher than it was stock, so the column post itself is just a little bit straighter, so I get more of a straight shot of the steering wheel at flat tilt. So when it's tilted up all the way, it'll be just over the dash. When it's tilted down all the way, it'll be actually tilted down a little bit. So, but that's my plan anyways. And then I gotta see if it's actually comfortable, because that's just an idea. So that's about it. And of course, my normal nightmare of having to put it all back together, but I'm optimistic. I'm hoping to have this column upper mount and hopefully the bottom mount made today, so I can start putting everything back together, and so I can start working on the gauges. And I'm still waiting for my piece to show up from the I Did It people. I'm actually going to call them here in a little while to make sure that it actually got shipped out. because I never got my confirmation from the guy. So that kind of worries me a little bit, but it's a big company, so. But yeah, anyways, that's about it. Peace.